Gone are the days when power is at the tip of the sword or barrel of the gun. Power is in education. Are you ready?
Hi, this is Teacher Viola again for another teaching video. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share to your family and friends. In today's video, we are going to talk about warming up before the class. If you are meeting the student for the first time, introduce yourself is part of the warm-up. Warm-up here is done simpler, like simple greetings. System adjustment follows before self-introduction. Then, ask the student to introduce himself or herself. Make sure that the self-introduction is simple and easy to understand. Tell the student about your name, and as much as possible, do not tell them about your age and other personal information. Highlight the idea how they would learn English from you. Then, ask the student to introduce herself or himself. End the interview by introducing your company, if you are working in a company. But you have to remember that in warm-up, the first 5 minutes of your time must set the tone of the lesson. A fun activity gets everyone relaxed and participating. Compare a difficult writing-based activity, which may discourage the student as well as lower their confidence, resulting in a less participatory class later in the lesson. But a warm-up also gets the student thinking in English. In EFL classes, the lesson may be their only contact with the language. They haven't spoken English in a few days or longer. So they need the first 5 or 10 minutes to get into the English mode. Even in an ESL setting, it helps get students focused on the topic of the lesson. Actually, the first 2 minutes allows the teacher to observe a class and note the general mood of the student. Is the student tired or distracted or unbelievably energetic? The teacher can also see who is and who isn't working well together, which will later play a role in who gets paired up with what, say, in a group class. In an online class, checking of audio and video and other system configuration needed for the class are being done at warm-up session. The teacher can ask the student if he or she could hear or see the teacher well. The teacher could also instruct the student to pop up the volume if needed or adjust position and brightness of the camera at this stage. When everything is said and done, start with a small talk at the warm-up stage. Small talk means greetings or ice-breaking moments of the class to relax and prepare the student or students for the class. Engage the student or students to a purposeful talk. The teacher may adjust the level of talking to the level of the student at this stage so that they would understand each other. This is the only part of the class where the teacher bent to the level of the student. No correction needed on student errors as much as possible. The teacher should stick to the objective of the warm-up, which is to check the system perimeter and the student readiness for instruction. The warm-up ends with the teacher asking the question, do you remember what you have studied before? Or what did you study yesterday? Which are questions leading to the presentation of the new lesson. Here are some classic warm-up questions. What did you do today? How's the weather in your place? Did you go to school today? Have you eaten your breakfast? Have you eaten your lunch? Or have you eaten your dinner? What did you do this weekend? And you can add your own warm-up questions depending on the student that you have. Again, this is Teacher Viola, and I will go back again for another video. And the next video, we are going to talk about presentation of the new lesson. For now, I'll say goodbye and see you again on the next video.